Terrific. Let's see here. Ring of one of the twins who stood against the goddess Falcon and refused to serve her. It's said that those who wear both rings gain better protection from the curious eyes of their enemies. Wearing both rings will give you the Ring of Fogs effect. The green jewel belonged to the younger twin and boosts stamina recovery. The orange jewel to the older one and reduces stamina consumption while blocking. Useful for shield builds. Another partner. And we got our spells back. Terrific. Feel Valka's darkness. Sacred Oath. Originally in Dark Souls 2. We should be safe here for a moment. Ancient Miracle Forbidden by Lord Gwyn. This tale tells the tragic story of a god of war. In it, the god of war is exiled by the gods of Lordran for a foolish act, and has their status and prestige struck from the annals of history, including his very name. He just got more souls. Oh no. This is vicious. I don't like it. Dark Spirit King Jeremiah. The most demon souls place in the game ever. There he is. He's got that goofy hat and he's got new spells up his sleeves. Oh, but he failed. Ooh, the magic is weak. Pathetic even. Well, this is going to be a long fight, isn't it? The darkness. Somehow was able to block with the pyromancy. Oof. Planning traps for the future. Ouch! The magic. Crystals. Another victory for the cold. Notched whip. Oh, footsteps are floating there. Whip with sharp spikes. Only slightly offensive against armor and tough scales, but quite formidable against enemies with exposed skin. Also causes heavy bleeding. What were these cages used for? This may as well be Helheim from mythology. The torture chambers. Ugh. Why must this place be so vicious? Sin is Valka's domain. I love this zone. It is my favorite zone in the game. It's so different feeling from the rest of the game. But also just the atmosphere and everything, it's just top notch in it. You really get this grim atmosphere that puts you on edge going through it for the first time. In fact, I kind of like the lighting mod change. As much as I do kind of wish that the sky still kind of had that green lighting, what the mod visual one does help with is really bring out the sinful grimness of this zone. Where I actually kind of prefer the lighting like this. Like, this is what it feels like to be in Valka's domain. It's not supposed to feel like a mystical place, it's supposed to feel like a place of evil. But also not evil. Dark caves. And more bone whale skeletons. We have to take our strikes, lest they break past our shield. One by one. Only a few of them. Come hither then. 5 of them. Seems like that's all of them. We'll go in there in a second. Let's turn the statue. Door opens. Let's explore. New dreadful atmosphere. And more bonewell skeletons. The worst place you could possibly fight them in. These are the one enemies where I actually recommend highly wearing either a lot of poise or a shield spear technique or something, or a thrusting sword. This is not a zone you want to get hit by these guys in. Sharp flint. Buy new ammo. An odd stone lost in the painted world, for it could be used to forge unusually cruel arrows that cause the victim to bleed out from afar. Perhaps it's where it belongs. In a place of sin. A plot that could easily destroy the very gods themselves. The Glowmite Queen and Elden Ring is not much different, in fact. They both have the power to destroy the gods. The annex key. In the wintry painted world, there is a structure resembling an old cathedral. Its annex serves as this type of storehouse. Now we somehow gotta navigate our way back there real quick. But I believe we can take this alternative route. Here we are. Where is this? Oh, it's on the side of the thing. Humanity. And the Avalon. A pretty cool crossbow that shoots 3 times. Repeating crossbow shared by the famous craftsman xanthous. Its elaborate design makes it closer to a work of art than a weapon. Intricate mechanism makes heavy damage possible through triple shot firing of bolts, but in fact each bolt inflicts less damage. In Dark Souls 2 you can actually power stance crossbows, and as much as it's not fun to go up against, you can totally power stance Avalons and shoot 6. It's actually really fun to play dual crossbows. That's kind of one of the only things that never came back, and that is an exclusive thing to DS2. Oh, hello. It's another partner. Good job absolving me of my sins. It seems like I've absolved yours instead. These must be the church followers. He was giving them a sermon. Ah, yes. The soul of a brave warrior. Witness it, for it could be you one day. End of sermon. Haha. I just love the lightning atmosphere here so much. It's so grim. It's so cold feeling. Like you really shouldn't be here. I would spend hours here if I could. I kind of wish this zone got, like, largely expanded upon. It is a relatively short zone, but gotta admit, what was that? I heard crows scream. They might be coming for us, actually. Oh, yep, there they are. And then they gave up. Well, if they decide to show themselves, we'll know it. Like, I wish the painted world was way bigger than it is. Here we are. Might be a trap, though. Crows. Looks like we have to perform a ritual. Well, that did the trick. The Dark Ember and crows roar. They were the trap. They didn't like it. Only two. I think because the other one saw us, he didn't choose to jump down. Meaning he's on his lonesome. We should take advantage of the situation. Oh wait, then again, maybe it's because we already triggered it on the other side. Because we didn't rest yet, so... Huh? What was that? Yeah, because they're not there anymore, so we're probably fine. Vow of Silence. Alright, let's read about the Dark Ember first. Church long hid the forbidden Black Ember, and no living blacksmith knows of it, except for Andre, for some reason. Occult weapons were used to hunt the gods, and are effective against their followers and kin. And then Vow of Silence. Secret rite of the black-haired witch Velka. Prevents casting of magic within effect area. Velka, the goddess of sin, is a rogue deity, but she is versed in arts both new and old, and is considered to have a great range of influence, even as gods are concerned. Literally the Glow-Eyed Queen, but in Dark Souls. They just keep reusing the same ideas because it works. The Black Cleric robe. Pardon me for a second, we gotta read descriptions, buddy. I shall deal with you in a second. Partner serving Velka, goddess of sin. The partner's attire is uniformly black in color and said to be imbued with Velka's mystical power, which provides resistance against all manners of magic, but not as much against lightning, and it has some curse resist. They listen to the confessions of sinners, urging reflection and salvation. The mass symbolize separation from worldly desires. Kind of disappointing that we never really got to learn even more about Velka. Like, we never really got like a clear, definitive, that's Velka, or this is where Velka belongs sort of thing. We know that this is like one of her domains, but to learn about the character, or to actually like see her manifested in a physical form or something, we never got anything like that. The Ring City we thought was going to cover that, but apparently not. Elden Ring's Glow-Eyed Queen is the same deal. Shadow of the Earth doesn't look like it talks much about anything else involving the God Slayers. Was really looking forward to learning more about that, but it's possible though that the Glow-Eyed Queen is both Melina and Rena, because they both have the chipped eye thing on both sides of their eyes, and plus Rena has an apparition next to her. Possibly her old form, since her actual body was charred long ago. Rena and Melina both say the same thing, like, they both claim that their old body was, like, burned and charred. So and because, like, deities and demigods are known to split in that universe, it wouldn't surprise me if Rena and Melina are both kind of a part of the same, like, Godslayer. Melina being one half, Rena being the other. Anyway, got the Dark Souls 1. I'll talk about that way later in the future. That's a lore topic that's always interested me. Ambush. Army of Hollows. The crystals. Only one of you. That counter damage did like 800 damage to him. Jeez. Oh great, a Baronike. Are we prepared? I say we are. Banish. And this is the Colosseum. We'll see later in Ashes of Ariandel. In Dark Souls 3. It still stands, only there's a lot more below it in the future. Greetings.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not.
Alright.
Thou must return.
No. We have a reason to be here. Valka's Talisman, we already have that. We don't need two of them. We served Valka enough as it is. Yeah, I'm gonna save the Valka Talisman. I don't like using staffs for casting magic for some reason. I just don't like holding staffs. I like holding something small, so I can see the spell better. She wields a Life Hunt Scythe, a weapon use that could more or less kill the gods because of how scary her ability is. We're gonna wanna unequip this ring before it gets really rough.
Thou must returneth whence thou came. This land is peaceful, its inhabitants kind, but thou dost not belong. I beg of thee.
I'm afraid I can't
I
poke you.
expected as much from thee. Why dost thee hurry toward thine death?
There she is. Hooah! Fairy dust. Do we have any lightning urns by any chance? That would be useful right now. Where is she? There. Follow the footprints. That's the key. Completely missed in the process. There we go. There we are. Half-breed with a dragon, meaning you're weak to lightning. Power of the Life Hunt. The most overpowered bleed damage in the game. Oh, well, we didn't get the dialogue because I was a bit too far away. If I remember correctly, she says, "But why? What seeketh thee?" Soul of Priscilla. Special being, use the soul of this crossbreed bastard child, an antithesis to all life to acquire a huge amount of souls. You can create her scythe with that. Terrific. Looks like that's all the side area, so all that's left now is the killing of the first flame, and it doesn't put us right into New Game Plus right away, so we're gonna do all the dream fights last, and then after that we'll start New Game Plus. Let's be off.